Okay, hi guys. My name is Dana, and I have not been the best with introducing myself in the beginning of my videos. This is something that I'm trying to work on, along with many other things. This has been quite the learning curve, to say the least. So bear with me. But yes, my name is Dana, so hello. And I had mentioned the other day about I really wanted to hear about what you guys were thinking about, and if you had any ideas for request videos and topics that you'd like for me to cover, I'd be more than happy to do that. I don't consider, even though I feel like I have a lot of experience with narcissists, both personally and professionally, I don't consider myself to be an expert on narcissism. If anything, I consider myself to be more of a student of narcissism. I'm trying to constantly learn. Every day I'm learning so much from all of you guys, the people in my support group, the different materials I come across. So my whole goal with these request videos is for us to come up with topics, and I'll be more than happy to bring them up, and I'll give you my 2 cents on them. And I hope that you guys throw in your 2 cents as well. And hopefully that combined, all of us combined, can, help to educate and empower and inspire each other on, how to avoid these people and how to recover from it. So I really am a huge fan or a huge believer in the fact that, the power is within all of us combined. This is a really big, intense topic, and I think it's just going to require a lot of people to approach it and to bring up things. Because even though, all of our experiences, we all have variations of the same story, there's so many different facets of narcissistic behavior that's worth covering. And I think, we just have to talk about it. So that's that. So I got this fantastic request video from Kelly. So hi Kelly, thank you so much for your video. It's a fantastic idea. Kelly's topic that she wanted to bring up was on how narcissists can instill this false sense of trust with their victims in order to manipulate and have their victims lower their guard. Yes, that is such a fantastic point that you bring up, Kelly. Kelly, in one of the comment areas in one of the other videos where she mentioned wanting to do this video, she shared a little bit about her story and how this was done to her. And this was also done to me. The two covert narcissists I was tangled up with were very charming. They were very convincing. And I really felt within a short period of time that I really could trust them. And I hadn't really thought about it in this way till Kelly brought this up. But yes, so what they'll do is they'll pretend to have this like life of total transparency. Here's my cell phone password, and you can look at it at any time. They'll leave their phone laying around. They might give you the password to their ATM. They might give you their computer password, these kinds of things. And so the victim thinks, well, okay, if they're going to be so open and honest and transparent, then I will too. And the reality is they're not being open and honest and transparent. It's all, like everything else they do, it's a manipulation to get you to lower your guard. So they might be giving you certain access to their life, but they're giving you, it's like intentional access to certain areas. All of their bad behavior is not going to be done like in those certain areas, right? It's going to be done like on the periphery of it. So you still don't really know what's going on with them, even though you think you might because you have access to all of these things. But the reality is they lie. They lie and they deceive. That's what they do. So I also wanted to bring up narcissist behavior. This is so weird. It tends to be really polarized. So it's like they're either, like with the whole trust thing, really go above and beyond to instill this feeling in their victim of, wow, you can really trust me. Here's my phone. They leave their phone laying around. They're giving you their ATM password, these kinds of things. Or they do the exact opposite, and then their phone is glued to their hip. I mean, they sleep with it under their pillow. Like they don't trust at all. They're not willing to live a life of any type of transparency whatsoever. Like you don't have any access to their computer password, their phone password, whatever. And of course, though that kind of behavior, they will spin back around on you and make it seem like, you're the one with the trust issue, and that they shouldn't need to give you access to anything. And then they're going to have all these stupid stories as to, why they need to have their phone with them at all times, even when they're in the shower, right? I mean, come on. So two polar opposite things. Other ways that narcissists do this behavior, this polar opposite behavior, I've seen it, I've heard about it done with like personal hygiene. I've heard stories where people have said their narcissist was like super clean. They take multiple showers a day. They're really well groomed. Their clothes are all like dry cleaned. And then I've heard people that have said their narcissist was a disgusting slob. And I've seen or heard stories where, the narcissist was really charming and kind, or they're, again, polar opposite. They are really jerks and they're inconsiderate and they're arrogant. So it's weird how that behavior is so polarized. And that's how it is too with this whole trust issue thing. And the whole getting them, giving you this immense amount of trust right away, this kind of goes along with rushing intimacy. And so I brought this up. I think that's red flag number 2, where one of the things that narcissists do is to get their victims, they move quick. They have to move quick, because really all of this, the love bombing, all of this is really time consuming, and I'm sure it's very draining, right? So they really need to get you hooked as soon as possible. It generally takes less than a month to hook most people. And so they rush intimacy in a variety of ways. They do this with telling deeply personal stories. They do this with, wanting to have sex right away. They do this with, like what Kelly brings up, the almost like instant level of trust, So it's all of these things that get you to lower your guard, because what happens is normal people, we tend to this is just human behavior. Like we tend to match a person. We tend to meet people where they are. So if let's say you meet somebody, you're on a date or whatever, and they tell you a story and it's about a certain level of sharing. It's about here, right? Odds are you're going to match their certain level of sharing. And if you didn't, that would be probably like seen as kind of weird, right? So like you're probably not going to like way overshare, and you're probably not going to like way undershare. You're going to share about the same level so they feel comfortable with that. That's just there's like that natural mirroring process that we all do. That's part of it. Even though the mirroring thing, there is a red flag of mirroring, but it's also a normal part of human behavior to an extent. Normal people do these kinds of things, but we don't do it with the intention to like manipulate or deceive other people. We just do it because we're trying to actually establish a sincere bond with other people. Whereas narcissists, of course, do it to manipulate and deceive. So with the level of trust, that's what they're doing is you can totally trust me, and here's my phone and you can go through it at any time. And here's my computer password. You can go through it any time. And then the victim, of course, gives them their info, and not realizing now, oh wow, I just have given away my life. Like this person can really easily steal my identity. They can rack up a ton of debt. We've joined bank accounts. We've, they've really gone above and beyond it, like established that, yes, you can totally trust me. And of course, if the victim has had, especially a previous relationship with a highly manipulative person, they're going to be very hesitant about trusting. This is what happened to me. I was very hesitant to trust Steve, even though he came across as like the world's greatest guy. My spidey sense was going off like crazy. And all of my friends and even my family were like, Dana, he's a really great guy. You can let your guard down. This guy, he's fantastic. I still didn't feel good about it, but I did. I lowered my guard down. We combined our lives way too quickly. And I was the one that ended up getting burned with that. So, but if they're pushing you to like really be open and honest and to trust them because they're wanting all of, your bank account info, all of your cell phone passwords, all of this, then, and if the victim is hesitant, then they're going to say, you know what, you can trust me. And I know you've been burned before, but I'm not that person. And it's like, again, especially if you've been in a bad relationship before with one of these people, you're probably going to think, oh, they must be right. I bet it's me. I bet I'm paranoid. I bet I'm being like, hypersensitive to this. I really can trust them because see that they're really acting really trustworthy. But the reality is it's not healthy or normal to move that quick to trust a person that much within, within a few weeks of knowing them. And really that should take a while to develop. It's not blindly given, it's earned, right? Trust is earned. And that just takes time to develop that. If you're instantly giving anybody all of this information about you, it's not good. So, please be aware of that and on guard for that. So that was a great video request, Kelly. I hope that kind of did cover what you were wanting to hear. I will be curious to hear from other people below. What have you guys experienced? Did you experience somebody that was really wanting you to trust them immediately? If so, how did it work out? Yeah. So if you have any other request videos, like I said, go ahead and email me, put video request or something like that in the subject line. I will talk to you guys soon. And any questions, comments, concerns, frustrations, you need support, you just want to say hi. Again, my name is Dana, and I hope to hear from you soon. Okay, thanks. Bye.